学们的演出。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this wonderful night. My name is Daniel, and this is my co-host Dora.
Hello everyone, this is a pleasure to be here. We are from 111 League. Tonight, we are going to introduce you to an international issue, how we can make a positive difference through promoting global peace.
Dora, are you concerned with the latest news? Ukraine and Russia are in a terrible conflict.
Of course, many people became refugees. People died and were forced to leave their family and home.
Yet, every country was involved in this war. It has influenced not just these two countries, but all around the world.
That's why my stocks were falling.
The world economy is seriously impacted. No one knows what will happen next.
Although war and conflict is a huge problem like a country diplomats, why do humans still start all of this?
For instance, the desire to gain territory is a reason why humans fight against each other.
Oh, I remember something from a geography channel, resource contention. People fight for water in places that are unhumid or lacking rare, like the Ethiopia reservoir controversy.
What a good memory you have. In addition, precious non-reusable resources also cause issues behind peace. Because people are hungry for money, it creates obstacles too.
People also fight due to religious intolerance and due to the proliferation of weapons. What the world is facing isn't as beautiful as we think.
To stop this terrible situation, many people and organizations must be trying hard.
Many groups in society are also promoting a concept of love and peace. Stopping war is something that the government, president, and all the civilians should work on.
Global peace might seem like a big topic that is almost impossible to achieve. For this reason, it is sometimes neglected. However, today we are going to introduce to you a variety of practical ways that each of us can contribute towards this important ambition. Together, we truly have the power to make a positive difference.
Next, let's welcome the first group, Cindy and Carrie, leading you to see the face of food poverty.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this wonderful night. I'm Cherry.
I'm Cindy. Thank you for attending this presentation about an important issue, lack of food.
According to the statistic in 2020, there are about 800 million people facing the challenge of food poverty.
People in Africa even eat elephants, lions, and drink cow blood because they have no choice.
Look at this picture. An elephant is about 7,000 kilograms. People in Nigeria can finish it in a short period of time. Sometimes they even conflict for food. And this can also be a significant problem of global peace.
From an event in Nigeria last year, 31 people died when a church was distributing food in Port Harcourt City.
The reason for the huge amount of people dying was that too many people wanted food. So some of them tripped off and fell.
People die from fighting for food, but on the other hand, 1 billion tons of food was wasted per year in the whole world. Isn't it a large number?
In fact, this food waste can be made into 4 billion bentos. It can feed a lot of people and save a lot of lives.
Actually, we can give our extra food to the poor by using a friendly fridge.
The concept of friendly fridges is from India. It is a fridge which can let people put extra food in it, and poor people can get free food from it.
We can help people by just putting our leftovers in a friendly fridge. Isn't it extremely easy?
In Taiwan, there are more than 200 friendly fridges all over the markets, villages, and the society. We can plunge into donating food to make the most of a friendly fridge.
As the saying goes, happiness is only real when shared. And here are some benefits of the friendly fridge.
First, we can give a hand to others. Helping others makes me feel delighted and proud.
It can make a sense of achievement. The second benefit is that we can reduce the excess.
Just like what we said a few minutes ago, food has been wasted every every year all over the world. But these foods are actually still edible. If we can donate them, it can also make the world cleaner.
So that is how we can spread our love and kindness from our hometown, our country, to the whole world.
Besides making people feel warm, we can also have a really good mood from the bottom of our heart. By doing so, we can add giving and receiving become a beautiful ensemble.
Sadly, some people use a friendly fridge in the wrong way. They don't need the food, but they still take it.
Some people take all of the food, but the sign says 1% can only take a piece of food. Others remind them, they say bad words to them, even if the food already smells malodorous.
If someone really needs it, there won't be anything left.
This kind of resource abuse is also a problem that we need to think about.
Although some people will do those things, the original intention of the friendly fridge is still wonderful.
If we can put a concept of friendly fridges to Africa, people there can also put their extra food in it, and there won't be too many people fighting for food anymore.
By sharing, the society will be more peaceful. What we can do is put our food in a friendly fridge from now on. It's the end of our presentation.
We appreciate the time that you took to listen to our presentation about this serious issue that affects all of us. Thank you so much. We bless you a terrific night.
Thanks for Cindy and Cherry. For the next group, let's welcome Yvonne and Hannah introducing voting.
Hello everyone, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Yvonne.
Today we're going to introduce you voting and elections.
First of all, why do we need to vote?
People have different opinions on the same topic, so it's often hard to choose the best idea and also unfair.
That's right. Referendum protects the basic rights of people, and it reflects what the majority of people think in the form of direct democracy.
The government should listen to the citizens and achieve the goal as possible as they can to form a democratic society.
For example, people in the Penghu County can decide whether to set up a casino in Penghu. Some citizens propose to use a referendum to decide whether to allow American beef imports.
How did it develop into a democratic world?
Not all countries are democracy, but a democratic country like the United States had many struggles for voting and elections in the past.
In 1789, the U.S. had its first presidential election. Since then, the states have started to open up voting rights. In 1957, Native America's universal suffrage. Different races, ages, and genders began to have the rights to vote. In 1965, the Voting Rights Act was signed.
There are also some heroes for democracy. For instance, Abraham Lincoln, the former president of the United States, who is known as the Liberty President for supporting the freedom of slaves.
He completed the federal government, freed all slaves, increased the power of the federal government, and modernized the economy. Therefore, the American academia and the public often refer him as one of the most greatest presidents in American history.
Barack Obama was voted the first black president of the United States from 2008 to 2017. This was obviously a step forward for America. Today I raise my right hand and take the oath of office as the President of the United States. The world will look at America differently. This was the answer when his wife asked him why he was the one in the last meeting to decide whether to run for the election or not.
He delivered on his original promise. Some black kids, Latino kids, kids who didn't fit in the society saw themselves in a whole new way. Their possibilities were expanded and the bridges were opened. Today's democratic society is achieved through the efforts of the ancient bit by bit.
The ballot is stronger than the bullet, said Lincoln.
The vote is precious. This is the most powerful non-violent tool we have in the democratic society, said John Lewis.
Thank you, everyone.
Voting influences people a lot and make the world better. Next, Ivy and Melody are going to bring out the agricultural crisis.
everyone, my name is Ivy.
And I'm Melody.
Today, we're going to talk about a serious topic that affects global peace deeply. Does anyone know what the agricultural crisis is?
It's an important problem that needs to be solved. It's mainly about food prices and farm crops. It also influences politics, economy, and agriculture.
There are some themes to this problem. We need to solve all of them in order to maintain the peace of global agriculture.
As you can see, the first theme is about low farm incomes. Because of warfare, food prices have not been steady.
Sometimes food prices rise to a very high point. Farmers have to decrease it in order to let people to buy their products.
They need to absorb the money themselves, and this causes low farm incomes. As Sam Farr says, to make agriculture sustainable, the grower has got to make a profit. Farmers need money in order to live. If there is no life, of course no one will grow food.
Many farmers suffer from this problem. To ease this situation, they try to balance the number of produce and the price, but this still causes lots of economic problems.
Another problem is climate change. For example, floods, droughts, and high temperatures happen more often. The extreme weather seriously affects food supply and reserves, and it also causes food prices to rise.
According to an investigation by the World Bank, most of the people in the Middle East and North Africa were in hunger and poverty. So even though the prices only rises a little, it could still cause lots of people to die.
War is also a great disaster for the farmers. Because of political or land problems, the leader may start a war.
Besides the loss of money from a high price, some nuclear weapons also destroy the earth's nutrients and make it hard to grow food. All the people will suffer from hunger. This situation is highly destructive and will affect the land for thousands of years.
Also, people farming will be called by the government to fight for the army. So only women, youth, and old people will be at their hometown. They can't produce products as much as usual. Food becomes less, and more people face hunger.
To solve these problems need not only the government, but also people all around the world's help. We need to save our environment and climate together.
We can help the farmers by giving them comprehensive training and advisory service. It needs to help them find the right path and work on it.
Besides, also, we can support young farmers and let more people to work in the agricultural industry. More people working in this career will bring more crops to people.
There is another thing we can do. Sometimes floods and droughts make the land hard to grow anything. We can ask the government to build water facilities, such as dams or wells, to reduce this problem.
Thomas Jefferson says, agriculture is our wisest pursuit, because it will in the end contribute most to a real wealth, good morals, and happiness. Helping to solve the agricultural crisis helps the economy, which leads to world peace and happiness.
Thank you everyone for listening to our presentation.
Wow, issues also come from food we eat. For the next group, let's welcome Sunny and Rita to present with religious laws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are Sunny and Rita from AV. Today, we are going to talk about interfaith dialogue. Since ancient times, religious dispute has been a big problem. Many wars started because of differences between religions. Even until now, there are still many discrimination, prejudice, and fights between religions. The Crusades were a famous religion war that lasted for nearly 200 years, from 1096 to 1291. Although the Crusades increased cultural exchanges between the East and the West and promoted urban development, however, they also caused a large number of deaths. One commander at the time wrote a letter to the Pope. In the letter, he said that he rode his horse through a place filled with dead bodies, with blood staining his horse legs up to the knees. Temples, palaces, and many ancient artworks have been destroyed. This truly presents the cruel face of the world.
Another incident occurred in Paris, France, highlighting the long-standing difficulties the country has faced in integrating its large non-white museum population. The victim of the incident was a history teacher who showed a cartoon of a prefect behaving in class, which was considered a desecration of a prefect by Muslims, leading to a violent outbreak. This incident reflects Islamic extremism and also involves the internet, with many social media executives discussing how to combat Islamic extremism online and make them more accountable. Our religion has always been a matter of communication between people. Stories of mutual acceptance and harmonious coexistence across different religions are more frequently seen now. In Indonesia, the non-profit organization Sebab Merak initiated a student exchange program that allowed Muslim girl Apipa to work with a Christian family. After interacting with the Christian family members, Apipa realized that the life she experienced was not as evil as she thought. For example, the male head of the Christian family provided a prayer room for Apipa to worship and read the Quran. Because of that, Apipa finally let go of her prejudice.
Another example is the cross-religion cooperation between Tzu Chi Foundation and Catholic Medical Mission Board. In May 2022, they signed a contract to help people in Ukraine, including providing food, clothes, medical service, and humanitarian help. Jose Ignacio from the Catholic Medical Mission Board said that the compassion of Buddha and the love of God exists to save suffering people. The core values are the same. This is a great responsibility and mission, and we will uphold gratitude, respect, and love to provide respectful and quality assistance to Ukrainian refugees.
In summary, we cannot demand a unified religion across the world. Only strong tolerance and understanding can ease the conflicts that arise from religion. Thank you all for listening.
I didn't know that different religions and cultures could bring such big obstacles. Next, Jen and Rapunzel are going to present human rights.
Hello everyone, I'm James Wu from 8D.
I'm Rapunzel.
Today we are going to talk about human rights. Human rights are a set of fundamental rights and freedoms that are considered to be inherent and inalienable to all human beings, regardless of their nationality, race, gender, religion, or any other status.
The modern human rights movement emerged in the aftermath of World War II. Despite progress for protecting human rights, violations and challenges are still exist, making a promotion and protection of human rights an ongoing struggle.
There are many non-governmental organizations in our society. Now, let's talk about the largest non-governmental organizations that work with human rights.
BRAC is an international development organization based in Bangladesh. It is the largest non-governmental development organization in the world. It reaches more than 100 million people with its services. Also, it has the largest number for the employees now. More than 100,000 people work there.
Established by Sir Faisal Hussain Abbott in 1972 after the independence of Bangladesh. BRAC is present in all 64 districts of Bangladesh, as well as 11 other countries in Asia, Africa, and the Americas.
Until now, BRAC owns many schools, including the top university in Bangladesh, BRAC University, and above 10,000 community development organizations. Also, BRAC has its own commercial bank, BRAC Bank and Bcash, the largest mobile payment platform, with more than 25 million users.
They also work on people's food health. The agri-food security programs allow farmers to participate in actual farming demonstrations and training, and also coupled with intensive farming, the development of new seeds, and the affordable supply of high-quality seeds. Farming yields increase to release addictive effects.
When government respect and uphold human rights, they create a climate of justice and cooperation that can lead society and economic progress. Overall, the importance of human rights cannot be overstated. It is the foundation of fair, just, and free society that provides a framework for individuals to live with respect, dignity, and equality.
Thank you for listening.
I learned so much about different types of issues breaking peace. Kenneth and Wesley, as the last group, will present you with conflict resolution.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kenneth.
I'm Wesley.
Today we are going to introduce the organizations that contribute to the world with the resources to solve the conflict between countries.
The organizations that we're going to introduce today are the UN, IFRC, and Swiss Peace. All of them have a big effect on peace all over the world. Let's get into it.
The first organization is the United Nations. It was created in 1945 after World War II. That's why the major work of it is to keep the world order in control.
Security Council can take enforcement measures to maintain or restore international peace and security, which will be very helpful in preventing conflicts.
Also, the work of peacekeeping is not just about peace, but also to facilitate political processes. The most important point is to protect the civilians in danger.
There are a lot of UN peacekeeping operations by the region, which are the regions that usually fight, such as Western Sahara or South Sudan.
Countering terrorism might sound strange, but it's also a main word for the UN. In 2006, all of the member states agreed on a common strategy to fight against terrorism. That was hard work but necessary.
The next organization that we're going to introduce is IFRC, the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Society. The IFRC was founded in 1919.
The major work of IFRC is to coordinate the activities of national association and to lead and organize general emergency relief. And IFRC also won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1963.
One of their work is about disasters. Disasters are serious disruption to a functioning of a community, and a community can solve the problem with their own resources.
One of the disasters that IFRC is working on is climate smart disaster. It is a kind of natural disaster, and it is taking lives away every year. So this is a serious problem.
So they created a program called Climate Smart Disaster Risk Reduction. They are trying to decrease climate disaster by considering every climate risk in everything they do, and trying to prevent terrible weather conflicts before they happen, also looking for natural solutions.
The last organization that we are going to talk about today is the Swiss Peace. Everyone knows that Switzerland is a peaceful country, but it also helps the world become better.
First, the foundation board is very important. It always organizes some budgets dealing with the issues.
Second, the scientific advisory board is the one which does researches about the regions that usually fight and learns the cost.
Last, there are also many courses that Swiss Peace has. We can learn how to deal with problems when we have a fight with others.
The organizations that we talk about today are all very important to the world because they all try their best to help about global peace.
Thank you for listening.
Wow, what an amazing project. What new ideas have you learned, Dora?
Based on the presentation we heard, I learned that there are many reasons why wars happen between people. Human rights, food sharing, and a lot of others.
Well, which one left a strong impression on you?
I was amazed by the religious disputes. They really scared me.
You're learning so much. The most important concept is how we can achieve global peace.
Yes, we have to respect and be friendly to everyone on the earth, even if they are different from us.
So, how would you achieve it?
In fact, it might seem like we are still too young to do something useful, but we can start from small action, right? Like we can share with others some basic ideas about global peace.
Moreover, we can watch global news and also be concerned with the world's event. Spreading meaningful ideas can also make everyone see the importance.
Donating daily income to some of the related organizations is helpful too. We can give a friendly hand to people in need.
That's right. So So I think this is about the end of our presentation. But it is never the end for us to achieve global peace.
Just remember, making the world peace is everyone's responsibility. Do not fail to commit an act of kindness just because it is small in scale.
Thank you everyone for listening. Let's make a change and start now.
好，感谢八望礼的演出。那接下来呢，我们将